I don't really understand this idea that parents should decide what's being taught. I'm not a professional educator. I don't have a degree in social studies or science. We send our children to school because we want them to be taught by people who have an expertise in the subject area.
The founder of the 1619 Project, Nikole Hannah-Jones, signaling parents shouldn't have a say in what they're taught in school.
Yeah, it's interesting because the former New York Times journalist also went on to claim she's not a professional educator, despite trying to force her view of American history to be taught in schools. She also holds tenure at Howard University. We'll bring our panelists back in to weigh in on this subject. Angela Stanton-King, Jane Duff, Scott Walker, thank you so much for coming back. Angela Stanton-King, let me start with you on this one here. Obviously, this one picking up a little steam online on the cable news channels here. She says you shouldn't have a say as far as parents go and what is taught in the classroom, yet she herself wants to push what she thinks should be taught in classrooms. Your thoughts?
And that is the absolute absurd thinking of people that are on the left. They have the nerve to believe that they should teach our children what we want them to learn, and that we should have nothing at all to do with teaching and parenting our own children. I think that she is absolutely insane, and this is more of the reason why people need to wake up and begin pulling their children out of these schools that want to indoctrinate them. This is something that many of us do not agree with. Let's talk about what they're teaching some of our children, even when it comes down to gender identity issues, when we're talking about children as young as 2, 3, 4, and 5 years old. I do not agree with this woman. I wouldn't want her teaching my children or anyone's children, and parents better get involved in what their children are being taught, because I'm going to tell you something. 18 years later, you'll look back and realize that there's someone in your house that does not align with your values, does not align with your morals, and goes against everything that you have ever taught them as far as a productive way of life.
Jessie, Jane, we saw this come into heavy play when it came to the Virginia governor's race. It was an issue that Glenn Youngkin really capitalized on, and something that a lot of Republicans probably looked at and said we could repeat this strategy for Republicans in the midterms. Your thoughts?
You know, the United States at one time was one of the beacon of public education. It was designed to give a level playing field for all children. And somehow, some way, that has been completely botched. We now rank probably in the top 20 or higher in math and science in the world. We now have parents flocking to homeschooling or private schooling or and just abandoning public education, which now impacts the low-income children the most. Not just minority, low-income whites, low-income Asian, low-income Black, all low-income children now have to go through this public education that has set a substandard level for them. And enough is enough, because our tax dollars have been pushed into this, and I expect we'll see change.
Governor Walker, how did this sit with you and your thoughts on this? And I know that obviously that you have an outreach program as well, as far as politics and what happens in the classroom. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm honored now to be the president of Young America's Foundation. We deal with this all the time, not just in colleges and universities, but as was mentioned, in high school, middle school, and even younger. We're pushing back on it. But this is a prime example where if it weren't for double standards, liberals would have no standards at all. The irony of her actually saying out loud, she's not a history teacher, she doesn't have a background in that, and yet she wants to force feed people this type of thought that historians across the spectrum have denounced, have said it's just not accurate with what American history is and what they've documented it to be. This is just classic, and I hope parents wake up to this just like they did in the Commonwealth of Virginia, where they heard Terry McAuliffe say out loud what so many liberal activists thought for years: we need to reclaim public education or make the shift to public and homeschool, or to private and homeschooling education if we want to save this nation.
Angela, what about you?
I totally agree with exactly Scott Walker is saying. You know, parents got to get up, they got to get involved, they got to stand up, they got to begin to fight back, and we have to take back control. And I'm glad to see so many people waking up. I'm telling you, 2020 to me seemed to be the year of vision, 2020 vision. You saw what was happening. 2021, we had to begin to accept the truth. And now in 2022, we have to live in it. And that means standing up, equipping yourselves, fighting back and protecting the innocence of our children.
You know, they're doing that. Kilman, you brought this up there in Virginia, specifically there in Loudoun County, and our producers dug this information up here. FOIA requests, more than 500 FOIA requests happened this year from parents if you compare that to an average of 90 between the years of 2012 and 2018. Bottom line, Jessie Jane Duff, when you read that, parents are now, if you use Angela's term, 20/20 vision over here, they want to see what's being taught in those classrooms now more than ever.
Yes, COVID made sure that parents saw what was going on because they restricted the children to their homes, and parents were forced to stay home because their jobs were shut down. They basically showed us their playbook. This had been going on for years, and they essentially tried to rewrite what they were teaching because it wasn't called critical race theory, so it couldn't have been a critical race theory. But yet, as we know, that with Winsome Sears, who won the lieutenant governorship, she pointed out that this has been a fraud and this has been a lie. And the Virginia people took back control of their public schools. And I think all Americans need to do that. We should not be abandoning the beacon of hope that we were representing to the entire world and get our education system back on track and become in the top 5 or 10 in the world, not the bottom 20 and 30.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.